I record a video every day for this channel, and one of my main styles is a talking head. And for those videos, I like to use a handheld Shure SM58 microphone. To make the microphone work, I use what's called an unbalanced XLR to 3.5 cable. And for a while, I used a 3-foot one, and it was pretty easy to manage, but it meant that I had to sit too close to the camera, and it curbed my creativity. So I reinvested, and I got myself a 25-footer, and with it came new problems. Seemingly, however hard I try, this beast ends up tangled and is a nightmare to store. I'm always preaching about reducing caloric output as a strategy to increase productivity, which in simple terms means reduce the friction to getting started, and this is a classic example of why I preach that. Sometimes, by the time I've untangled the wire and got it ready, I'm slightly tilted and absolutely not in the creative mood. This is not inspiring or the way of an unboxable king, and I decided I'm having it no longer. The wife gives me an old kombucha bottle and a 4-foot piece of plywood, and she says, get after it. I start off with a little bit of measuring and planning, and for projects like this where there is no playbook, I don't overthink the plan. It's a prototype after all, and I trust I'll figure it out as I go. The design I end up choosing is based on a hosepipe reel that I've used in the past, and with a rough idea, I get on the big saw and I chop the plywood into 3 11-inch pieces. Then I cut a hole big enough for the bottle into 2 of these pieces. For the end piece, I wanted to have a small recess for the bottle to sit flush in. I believe the tool I need to do this correctly is a plunge router with a flush trim bit, but I don't have those. So I decided to go at it with a circular saw, Timmy, and some chisels. It doesn't look the prettiest, but the bottle sits pretty snug, which I'm happy about. I slap a couple of pocket holes in to attach the pieces to the base. Then attach them to the base. And now time for the first test. The test doesn't last long, as it's obvious this won't work. So I head inside for a reset. I slop down local scrambled eggs on homemade pita bread. Oof, banger. Whilst I eat, I come up with an excellent idea. Just a cracker. I realise the wire has to spin freely on one axis, otherwise it will bind on itself. With that in mind, I re-drill this hole and realign the bottle. Another quick test and we're in. I see that this way will definitely work, and so I move into finalising the project and getting the prototype ready for use. To do so, I secure the backboards and I cut a piece of cedar to attach to the top. Knock a little cheeky handle there for carrying. And as always, I opt for duct tape personalisation, which you'll see in a minute. And then this is the last hole to drill. And yes, unfortunately, I take the L here, and I was rushing to finish this project, which has become rarer for me to do. And why? Because this sort of shit happens. And that's why I love woodwork. It teaches you patience, King. Patience. And it's now time for the big reveal. Oof, babby. Let me go and shoot some content for my YouTube channel. Oof, love that. Hello everybody, welcome. And there you have it. Very, very happy with how this prototype came out. Didn't take me too long to complete, and it's without a doubt going to improve both productivity and storability of this unit, which in turn obviously leads to the growth of this channel, which only happens with your support, and I appreciate you being here and watching this. This prototype is also part of a large project that I'm working on to make the whole studio portable, versatile, and look really cool. So if you're interested in this type of content, I do appreciate your support. Subscribe, do all those good things that YouTube likes, and I appreciate everyone that does that. Without further ado, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Live free as the king you were meant to be, and I'll see you next time. Much love, peace.